While grip is a good thing, you definitely can have too much of it. Excess adhesion will dull the responses of a car and frequently make it snappier when it does eventually reach its limits. It reduces the ability to play in that delightful shadowland where stick turns to slip. When Chevrolet started offering the 1LE performance package for the V6 Camaro last year, our initial conclusion was that the company had indeed moved the grip-to-grunt ratio too far to the left. At the 2016 running of our Lightning Lap competition, the Junior 1LE shone, smashing the lap record for its class by more than 8 seconds. But on the road, it was obvious that the chassis' ability to produce lateral G-forces wasn't matched by the engine's harvest of back-punching longitudinal Gs. The track-focused Camaro is attractively priced, with the V6 1LE in its base 1LS trim starting at less than $33,000, some $5,000 cheaper than the least expensive V8 Camaro SS. Get one with a few niceties, as on our 2LT test car, however, and the cost advantage over the SS becomes narrower. As it does when ordered on V8 and ZL1 models, the 1LE option brings a bundle of both cosmetic and mechanical modifications. Here that means a version of the SS's suspension with retuned dampers, rear subframe mounts, and anti-roll bars. There also are staggered with 20-inch forged aluminum wheels carrying 245/40ZR20 Goodyear Eagle F1 tires at the front and 275/35ZR20s at the rear, a limited slip differential, Brembo 4-pot front brake calipers, enhanced cooling for the engine, transmission, and differential, and a dual-mode exhaust system. Visual changes for the V6 model include satin black vinyl wraps for the hood and side mirrors, a splitter beneath the front bumper, and a lip spoiler on the trunk lip. Although designed for life on a track, where it excels in tight corners, the 1LE doesn't feel excessively compromised on the road, certainly not beyond the limitations common to the rest of the family. As with any 6th generation Camaro, you'll have to cope with a cramped cabin and visibility that's limited by the shallowness of the windshield, the dearth of glass area, and the thick roof pillars. But while the 1LE is more stiffly sprung than the regular V6 coupe, it still rides without excessive harshness. Adding velocity or cornering loads gives the upgraded dampers something to chew on, and hard use reveals a chassis that feels tight and poised, all of which keeps the body's motions in check even on some of the poorest quality surfaces that Michigan could throw at it. The tightened front end also brings a marked improvement in steering feel over the already communicative helm of the standard V6 model, with the suede-wrapped steering wheel faithfully relaying information about tire loads, slip angle, and even surface textures. Many engineers responsible for the increasingly feel-free steering in posher sports cars could benefit from spending time with this humble Camaro. Grip levels are impressive, with the 1LE's peak 0.98 G on the skid pad being significantly better than the 0.91 G we recorded in the standard V6 coupe, if some way short of the huge 1.05 G that the V8 SS1LE managed on its fatter tires. It's worth mentioning that our test car also showed evidence of a hard life during its 6,500 miles, suffering noticeably more understeer when turning right than left. A factory fresh car or brand new rubber might have done even better. But the V6 Camaro is 215 pounds lighter than the V8 car, and although it can't produce the same ultimate adhesion, it feels very agile when attacking a series of corners. In the dry, on-road traction is pretty much absolute, with only the hardest use causing the rear to squirm. In the wet, grip levels are much more limited on these summer spec tires. The 1LE felt positively skittish, especially when asked to deal with standing water. Braking performance was good, with the firm pedal offering plenty of feel and easy modulation. It's well placed for heel and toe rev matched shifting, too. The manual gear shift of the 6-speed transmission has a nice weight and precise action. We like General Motors' free-spinning 3.6-liter V6 in most of its applications, and it does a fine job in the 1LE most of the time, pulling cleanly from low revs and making the snarling noises you'd expect from a pony car when pressed a little harder. But although it runs to 7,000 RPM without complaint, it also does so without fireworks, struggling to deliver on straight-line pace when compared to either its more muscular siblings or the broader sports car segment. It wasn't that long ago that a 5.2-second 0 to 60 mph time would have been regarded as a serious achievement, but now it feels almost leisurely, as does the 13.8-second quarter-mile time at a trap speed of just 101 miles per hour. For perspective, the V8 1LE reaches 70 miles per hour in less time than it takes the V6 car to get to 60, and it will be past 120 miles per hour by the time the smaller engined car reaches 100. Of course, one purpose of any small-engined Chevy Camaro has always been to persuade buyers to purchase a more powerful version, and we acknowledge that the V6 still feels like a sizable step up from the base turbocharged 2.0-liter inline-4. While we doubt that Camaro V6 1LE buyers will ever grow tired of the grip generated by this chassis, whether on a road course or an actual